All right, peace, love, and light. This is just going to be Gemini's soul reading for Capricorn season. If you want to book a personal reading with me or see any more tarot, all of that information is, as always, in the description below. So go ahead and check that out, as well as tipping the tarot reader. I am going to say our prayer and dive right in. If you want to check out the description, click the title and it'll take you right to it. So let's begin with our prayer and then we shall start this reading. So, dear the divine God, our Holy Father Yahweh, and our angels, thank you for being the highest form of good in our lives, for keeping our heads on straight and straying us away from negativity as best as possible. And thank you to the angels for the assistance that they have brought today and assistance they'll bring during this reading. Right now, I'm asking that you guys bless and protect this space, as well as the viewers, and myself, to ground us in our energy, Lord, so that way we know what messages to receive, and to gift us the keen discernment to know what to do with the knowledge received as well. Please grant us the ability to keep our personal opinion and bias to the side if you so choose, the strength to continue on, and the clarity needed to focus. And anything else that you deem worthy for this reading, please allow us to be the vessels to receive and deliver. Amen. Ashe. All right. Let's go ahead and see what's going on for Gemini soul in Capricorn season. Gemini soul in Capricorn season. When you feel the need to change, you are almost complete. It's only 10% left. So when you feel the need to change, it's a 90% completion. And then you only have 10% left. I'm not taking the chances. When you feel successful, 5%. And then when you take that random chance of going further, when you decide to take the opportunity of working on it just a little bit more, then you are complete. So I feel that Capricorn season for Gemini soul is shifting you guys into your definition of perfection. Your definition of perfection. And it's shifting you into this because of presentation. That extra 5% of whatever you're working on, whether it's yourself, someone else, or something, that extra 5% is how it looks to other people. You know how some chefs, when they cook, they make sure their food looks good because presentation matters. 333, as I said that. Presentation matters. It has to look good. It has to look consumable. It has to look amazing. It has to look presentable. It has to look like something that not only you would desire, but others as well. It's like getting you, Gemini, for Capricorn season, your soul is getting you to perfection. So right off the bat, your soul wants to present itself as a very wise person. So wise that you don't pay attention to where you are going because you already know where you're going. You're very wise within your movements and your actions. And this is because the way that you have been presenting your actions. You're very self-assured and also knowing of your surroundings. And it's because you know your surroundings, it enables you to know how to move within them. You're very knowledgeable. But let's see what's going on for your soul in Capricorn season. This Ace of Wands is just not going anywhere. We got 2 cards that came out in the challenge position. The Queen of Wands headed to the upright and the 4 of Wands headed in the reverse. The Queen of Wands is the archetype of the creator. She is creativity. She is the one that will create her environment, and it is her creating her environment that enables her to be happy and to be pleased. But the 4 of Wands is having the environment, the beginning basis of that environment. This is the promised land. This is where you can grow, multiply, expand. The 4 of Wands may be in connection to Jupiter, but I know my wands are actions. No, my wands are decisions. This is deciding that you, but the challenge is the location that you are at. It's really not for your creative potential, but for some reason, it's like you are able to still be the creator in an environment that does not allow you to be that. And this is still because of the way that you present yourself, the way that you decide to present yourself. And then you have the Temperance card again, which is because of your self-assuredness. So it's like no matter where you go, no matter where you're placed at, you're always right for what you want to do or how you want to be. But then you got the 9 of Wands here. And the 9 of Wands... The 9 of Wands is typically the wounded warrior, the one outside of the normal, the decision to be what you are affected by. And I feel that this 9 of Wands in this depiction is writer's block. A creativity block is happening. And the creativity block, I can tell you right now, is this 4 of Wands in the reverse, but it's in a challenge position right now. So your current environment is pretty okay. It's tolerable, but it is not what... It's just not what you want it to be. It's not perfect for you. And Gemini, Capricorn season is pushing you into your perfection, which is why in your spirit reading, it's kind of tumbling your tower of caring for other people. And now that that tower is tumbled, you have to move into caring for yourself. Gemini soul for Capricorn season. Right off the bat, you are mad, angry, and upset. That Temperance card is still here. 2 of Wands comes back, and Page of Pentacles hits the floor. This is letting me know with these cards that are cyclical, you're trapped in a cycle. You're trapped in an experience. It's the same shit and the same day. There's nothing new. So that provides the opportunity whenever you have the thought of it provides the opportunity of introspection. And because it's the same shit, same day, how are you producing it to be that way? The Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is you not having an awareness of your life and its style. And this is because you are so damn self-assured. You are so damn self-assured. And you have the 3 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune as well, both in the reverse. There's a redesign of your fate that is happening because of your self-assuredness. And your ignorance to your future. Your ignorance of where you are going. Remember, you got the Fool in the reverse. You know your environment so much. You're not checking because you know where you're going. But it's very ignorant that you know where you're going. You're wise. You're smart. You know where the boat leads, but at the same time, you're still walking off the cliff. So it's like, you know your environment, and you know where you're going, but you don't know the destination. And that's the ignorance of the future, is you don't think all the way ahead. You just think the next few moments. You just think where you're going next. Like, for example, a person who always keeps a 5-year plan, such as myself. You know where you're going for that 5-year plan to be met, but where is the ending sight? Because once you get to that 5-year plan being met, what's next? What is the ending sight? Like, for example, in 5 years, you want to move out. You want to have your own car and be in a good job. But where are these things going to be? Where are they going to be located? Which is why the Page of Pentacles is in the reverse. It's an ignorance about your lifestyle. It's like you're looking through it and not at it. In 5 years, yes, you're going to move out. In 5 years, yes, you are going to have your own car. In 5 years, yes, you're going to have a good job. But what will these jobs be? Where will this house be? What and where will this job be? What will that house be? Where will that house be? It's like, it's time for you to begin to design your life. Instead of having a 5-year core principle plan, let's make a 5-year detailed plan. Let's add intricacy. Let's add interconnectedness. Let's add paths and trails. Let's add destinations and locations and roadways and pathways. And how are you going to get to these environments? Instead of, okay, this job will work to give me enough money to get the house, and this house will give me enough time to get the car, and this car will give me enough movement to maintain the job, and maintaining the job will maintain the house. Instead of you picking random places, random events, random experiences, how about we secure ourselves in a way that is right for us? You don't have a problem with securing yourself because you are in temperance. Temperance is to be self-assured, so much so that you can control yourself and you can do things with your eyes closed. I.e., this fool here, he has his eyes closed. You're very karmic as well. It's a mismatch with the temperance and the fool. It's a karmic mismatch. Well, because it is a mismatch, it is a karmic relationship with the self. And it is producing an ignorance to your environment. Because you're not looking at it, you're looking through it on how it's going to take you to your destination. And your destination is so fathomy, so airy, that it could be anything and anywhere. So much so that you could walk off the cliff because it's going to take you to the job. Don't worry, I'm dealing with the same thing. I'm dealing with the same exact thing. Gemini, Soul, Capricorn season. Okay, this one wanted to come out and say, hey, King of Cups. Existing contently in rough waters. This is what you have been doing. This is what you have been doing, as if you don't have oars to row your boat. And as if you don't have oars, ORs, in your experience, as if you don't have options. This or that or that or that or that. It's like you're sitting in this karmic relationship to yourself, as if you cannot change it. And you have become content, or you've just been content with this karmic relationship to yourself. This Two of Wands is back again in the reverse. You're starting to see where you have been now. You're starting to see your past, which is opening you up to pinpointing exactly where you are, which will revelize you. It will revelize you into things that you cannot tolerate. Loyalty to the laws. So it's this experience that I had that's bothering me. Back in 2019, I went to therapy. I went to a therapist in 2019. And I was just telling him about my environment and my lifestyle and things that were happening. And talking to him made me realize I was stuck in an environment that treated me like shit, didn't care about me, and used me every chance that it had. It woke me up to an experience that I cannot tolerate, so much so that I ran from it with no plan. This is what's going to happen to you if you awaken yourself to the actuality of your environment. If you open your eyes to your environment, you're going to run from it. So to protect you from running from your environment, because the reason why I'm saying this situation was because when I ran away, it wasn't good for me. It wasn't stable. It wasn't long lasting. I ran away to what I hoped, what I wished, what I thought would enable me to be where I wanted to be. I ran away to a destination. And your plan, your life's plan is full of a destinations. And it's so airy because, I ran away from where I thought, what I thought. I ran away to what I thought, what I felt, what I hoped, what I believed. And those are all airy terms. It's like, don't look at your environment right now because you're going to run from it. You need to look at your future and where you are going in a detailed way. This is a time for you to look at your past and edit your future. Design your future off of your past. And when you get to your future, that's when you can pay attention to your present moment from now. If you get what I'm saying. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, you're going to wind up awakening yourself if you pay attention to where you are right now. You're going to wind up awakening yourself to being loyal to experiences you can't tolerate, which will activate the Hierophant, which is the lawmaker inside of you. And you are going to demand that your standards, your morals, your beliefs, your values, and what you find worthy is met. You're going to demand change of behavior. You're going to demand change of environment. You're going to demand these things. And with you being in an environment such as what I read with your spirit reading, Gemini, with you being in an environment such as I have read with your spirit reading, you're not in a place to demand anything at all. Even though you have been taking care of everyone else, for you to say, hey, I require this back and I require my surroundings to be what I want them to be, they're going to look at you and attack you for the simple fact of you have changed, and it's an immediate change. They're going to attack you. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to be irritated by you because you have been the hand feeding them all that they need to experience care. And for one of you in particular, you have been handing them all that they need to experience their type of care. So you have been intricately detailed about everyone else, and you have been the hand that feeds them, and you are snatching the hand away, and you are making laws and rules with this hand. In order for that hand to have those laws and rules happen, a trial of discipline will have to come. And experiences of disciplining them will have to come. Such as if you have a spoiled dog. You've been letting the dog pee in the house on a puppy pad. Now the dog is older. Or rather, you changed in your environment. And you want the dog to pee outside. It's going to take a while for that dog to adjust to that experience. In situations like this, and Yahweh is giving me the go ahead, 21:12 as I'm saying this. Look at angel numbers when they mirror themselves. 21:12 as I'm saying this, Yahweh is giving me the go ahead. In situations like this, I highly recommend that you just leave it alone. You leave. You get your shit and you leave. And the shit that you get is whatever is yours that's in the tower. Because you still need these people in that experience. The towers are just experiences. You still need these people in that experience to respect you. So you take your shit and you leave. Not things that you gave to other people. Don't take anything that would agitate how they have been fed. These are greed demons. These are greed monsters. You take what has been feeding them, they're going to attack you and try to get that shit back and more. So to save yourself, leave with what you have. 22:22, as I said that's the next step to move forward within. Leave with what you have. So for example, if all you got is an air mattress and a guitar, take that air mattress and take that guitar and leave. Just leave. And when you leave, don't say nothing to nobody. And if they contact you, don't contact them back. It's time to clean your environment by you removing yourself from that environment. This is how we started off with Capricorn seasons reading. I can't remember if it's the spirit or the soul, but I do know that you were being removed from the life, or the life was being removed from you, one or the other. No, sorry, you're being removed from the life. You're being removed from the life, and the life is not being removed from you. So these people in this experience that you have been feeding are still going to be around. Which is why it's important that you make evident the respect that you require by taking your shit when you leave. No more sympathy. No more empathy. No more nice guy. No more good person. Take your shit and leave. And cut these people off. And they're still going to be around because they're going to make themselves evident that they want whatever comes from you. So they're still coming. They're going to follow you. But what they follow you into is no longer rough waters. And rough waters represent hard, challenging times where stability is unable to be met. You cannot stay stable when the sea is rough. Especially if you're in a little, what is this, a paddle boat? I don't know what type of boat it is, but It's unable to withstand the circumstances that he's in, but he's been being okay with the circumstances that he's in. And lo and behold, this is the environment. You've been looking at the sea. You've been looking at the area and how it feels. You've been looking at the experience and how it feels, but you haven't been looking at where you plant your feet or where you sit your ass at. You've been looking at what can I call this, Yahweh? The culture? The society? You've been looking at the society. You have been looking at the society. You've been looking at your environment as if it is a collective of people. And because you're looking at it for more than what it is, you're not noticing that you are a king. In a environment you have been contented to. Yeah, you're sitting in an environment that's like a fucking burning building and you're like, this is fine. Gemini soul for Capricorn season. 5 of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. And in between is the 2 of Cups and the Moon. High Priestess and the Hierophant. 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is conflict. The 5 of Wands is greed. You got greed. You go from greed to a God-given lifestyle. And as you go from this, you go through acceptance and revelations. You're about to experience nothing but tower moments. That's what this High Priestess is here. With the 6 of Pentacles, giving and receiving fair treatment. You're going through a series of tower moments that are nothing but fair treatment being given from you. You are the tower this season. I called it in your spirit reading. I'm still saying it now. You are the tower this season. And there is no wrong movement when you are the tower. And there is no right timing when you are the tower. Whatever you do, whenever you do it, is always best. There's no wrong, there's no right. There's no time limit. There's no time maximation. There's no time. And the reasoning is because whatever you are thinking of acting on, when you finally act on it, it's going to be best. Because you are not causing a tower moment to yourself. You're causing a tower moment to other people. They are going to experience the sad emotions, the negative emotions. And you are going to move on after exerting all negativity in that experience. You are going to move on and be pleasant. And be pleased and be okay. You are giving them what they deserve by releasing and venting your emotions upon them. You are perfectly fine for the arguments that you have been starting or finishing or encountering. There's nothing wrong with that. You are the one to create your environment, and this is a part of creating your environment. Because we are people who are already created and we live in a life that's already created for us as well. Because we are people who are already created and we live in an environment that's already created for us as well. The most we can do to make this environment in ourselves the way that we want it to be is to redesign, to renovate. And that comes with tearing down and building back up. This may just have been the life that you were required to receive. That does not mean, and then I got more light required. This is just the life that you were required to receive. That does not mean that this is the life that you're supposed to stay in. This is just the life that you're required to receive. Another thing before I go out of this experience, another thing before I go is that when you receive the life that you are required to receive, it is full of the life lessons that you need to carry with you for as long as your consciousness is inside of that body. For as long as your consciousness, it was 30-30 as I said that. For as long as your consciousness is inside that body, you will always experience some type of experience of what you are experiencing now or what you have been experiencing. And it is because of how the world reacts to you, not how you react to it. So in the first life that you have, if you so choose to keep it, it may be the life that you continue to encounter. But in the first life that you have, in the first set of friends, in the first set of family, in the first set of love or lovers, depending on how you float your boat. Depending upon how you float your boat. Your first set of family, friends, and love or lovers are how the world responds to you, not how you respond to it. So no matter what you do, no matter what you do, no matter what you do, they will not change. They won't change. Because this is just how the world will respond to you. This is how the mundane, or rather, what I shall say, this is how the strangers will respond to you. Because Yahweh has opened up my eyes. Yahweh has opened up my eyes. We'll just say Yahweh and a lovely friend of his. Yahweh and a lovely friend of his has opened up my eyes to the fact that Yahweh and a lovely friend of his has opened up my eyes to the fact that, what was it? Oh, so you're going to withhold it from me. That's not it. It is, he literally just opened up my eyes. Maybe I'm not meant to say it. Maybe I'm not meant to say it. Maybe I'm not meant to hold it right now. I'm going to tell a story about you if I don't get it back. I might. And that's why now you ain't getting no story at all. Now you ain't getting no story at all because I was just going to say it too. But what you call it, I'm not saying a story. You're done. So you just wanted the story. And so what you call it, he just opened up my eyes. They just opened up my eyes. Essentially, it's the people that you encounter first. It's okay. So the breakdown is, no matter what you do, the people you encounter first will not change. And that is how strangers will respond to you. That is how strangers will respond to you, because this is what they opened up my eyes to. Boom. because of the fact that the people closest, well, the people you're first born with will never truly know you at all, and you will always be a stranger to them. They will either know their assumption of you or their assumption to you, or they will either know what they want you to be, and you will always be what they want you to be. They will always place upon you what they want you to be, and they will never see you as you are. And I'm talking about your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your sisters, your brothers, your aunties, your uncles, and your first set of friends from elementary to middle school. In high school, that's when people start to look at characters and actually see people for who they are, even if they don't see themselves. That's when that maturity level happens in the brain. But from daycare to middle school and your immediate family, they will never know you. And they will always be strangers to you. Because they will always only see what you have been and what you became, which is still what you have been. They will never see who you are or how you are. They will never realize you within your present moment. They're always at least 5 years behind in perception. So when you are a baby, they're 5 years behind and you don't even exist to them. You're just a little irritating thing that just cry and shit and poop and pee and cry. You don't exist. When you are 5 years 0, they're treating you as if this is your first time walking around, even though you've been here for 5 years. You're talking, you're walking, and you're a mini human at this point. When you're 10, they're treating you like you're 5, and it's your first day of school. It's your first day of high school. It's your first day of school. It's your first time interacting and socializing with people. They're treating you as if you have never, ever, ever grown or changed in the moment. Like they have never seen your difference. And this is because they get so normalized to you being different so much that they don't accept you when you permanize your difference and become your own way. This is awakening me and opening up my eyes to how I should look at my daughter. To actually see her for the changes she has became and the person she is today. I have Yahweh telling me I'm doing a great job. I am seeing her for the person that she is today. But what I'm saying, Yahweh, 37 minutes. But what I'm saying, Yahweh, is that I have to recognize her not every day, but once a month. I need to take note of her behavior in order to register in my own mind who she is as the 10-year-old that she is now and who she is as the 11-year-old. Because those stages are all different and they are all expressed differently. But I'm still holding conversations with her like she's 5 and she's 10. I'm still holding conversations like, oh, how was school today? You had fun and mommy loves you, mommy. I'm still babying her. Because all I see is the similarities of how she has been and not the differences of how she is now. I'm beginning to notice that because I know, she's 10 and puberty and maturity is starting to happen and things are starting to get a little chaotic. And such as your friend is saying, I'm stifling her growth by quieting her down and putting her back into the 5-year-old body when she's trying herself to grow into 10. I'm treating her as if she's not around other 10-year-olds every day, wanting to behave like the elders that she sees around her, or the old kids that come to her school to pick up their siblings. I'm treating her as if she does not have those examples to behave off of. I'm treating her as if she doesn't see these people on TV that she wants to mimic and behave off of, because they're an example of how to be as a kid today. I'm treating her as if she's 5. And this is still her first time watching TV. So anyways, I have to work on my maturity level and grow up. You guys have to stop looking at yourself as if you are a stranger. You had the 9 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Hierophant. I was trying to keep this 30 minutes in short. We done made it to 40. The Hierophant is laws. The High Priestess with the 6 of Pentacles is a tower of deservance. And the 9 of Pentacles with the 5 of Swords is toleration of loyalty. Sorry, non-toleration of loyalty. Oh, I've been reading that wrong. That's why we got kept longer. Correction. What I still said is true. And it's still a message that needed to come out that wasn't going to come out in the cards. This spread is not tolerating loyalty, meaning you being committed to people because of the history that you have had is done for. Finito. Finished. History don't mean shit anymore. And I had a saying for that cracks the mind wide open. Is the history worth the present moment? Does the history equate to how you feel right now? Does the dreams of the imaginary potential of getting back to being in the romance stage worth the stuff that you experience in today's time? And today's time equates to a 3-day time frame. Every 3 days is a today's time. So the amount of things you experience in 3 days, is it worth the history of you having small moments of good potential from someone else? Because if you had that potential all the time, you wouldn't be chasing the history trying to get it to come back. You're being breadcrumbed. You're being breadcrumbed. And the breadcrumb method is, I give you a little bit. And I make sure that I am the only person that can give you this little bit. That way, you're always coming back to me because you're never satisfied. And that's the breadcrumb method. I give you just enough to not satisfy you and awaken the hunger within. Before, you just wanted to eat. You just needed something. You just needed a snack. So the person that was the snack gave you a crumb. And that made you even more hungry. So now you're looking at the snack and you're like, okay, I need to finish you. But they're still giving you crumbs. And eventually you're going to finish that bag. And when you get to finishing that bag, that's when you start living off the memories, because the crumbs is coming down. You only got 2 chips left out of 35. The crumbs is coming down. You start living off the memory. Man, this aroma, this smell, this tastes so good. It tastes so good. This aroma, this smell, and these feelings and the crunch in my mouth. Man, it's so amazing. But you're just making yourself addicted to the snack. Now that the history is the only thing you're surviving off of, because you have savored these last little bits, you're in your present moment debating upon whether or not history is worth you being given less than a peasant's deservance all the time. So whenever you find yourself to be breadcrumbed, Someone giving you a little bit in order to extend the experience of you in their life. Someone giving you a little bit of what you want in order to experience and extend the experience of what they want. It's someone giving you a little bit of what you want in order to extend the experience of having you in their life. If you ever so find yourself to be breadcrumbed, know for sure that they're giving you less than what a peasant deserves. So are you an animal? Or are you a person? Because when you are able to be breadcrumb, you're an animal being led into a cage, a trap. They're about to devour you, or they're going to keep you and civilize you to their experience and completely take you out of your natural element in self. You will become domesticated when you were never meant to be. And then you're going to look up one day and not even notice yourself. And that's almost, and no, it's actually where you're at, Gemini. You can't notice yourself anymore. And all you pay attention to is the snack that is provided, and it's running out. Because all you have left is the memories. Because what is left is not even worth. And it doesn't equate to what you are hungry for. So that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching all of that. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, all of that information is, as always, in the description below, as well as Seeing More Tarot. 4646 again, angel numbers on lock and key. Look them up. Click the description to get to the links. Tip your tarot reader. Peace, love, and light. And as always, be great.